Welcome! In this Ignitia tutorial, we'll discuss how to create and manage admin and teacher profiles. To effectively use Ignitia, each admin, super teacher, and teacher will need a unique profile which can be customized for the scope of his or her day-to-day responsibilities within the program. Please note, you must have administrative access in Ignitia to complete the tasks discussed in this tutorial. We'll begin on the Teacher Admin page. Here you can create new educator profiles and manage existing profiles. To create a new profile, click the Create Teacher Admin button. Note that the Login Enabled box is automatically checked. This means that as soon as the profile is saved, the user will be able to log into your Ignitia site. The user status has been set to active by default as well. This will also ensure that the user will be able to log in and begin working on the site as soon as the profile has been created. If you're not ready for this user to begin working in Ignitia, set the status to On Hold. Enter the user's first name and last name, then create a username and password for this user. The username must be unique to your site and the password must be at least 6 characters long. It can contain letters, numbers, or a combination of both. You are required to assign a password to all users, but you have the option of forcing them to set their own unique password at the time of their next login. The Teacher Admin setting determines what role the educator will have in Ignitia, either admin, super teacher, or teacher. Admins determine the default settings and permissions for users and maintain the Ignitia site. Admins can also serve as teachers of record, and they do not need a separate teacher or super teacher profile to do so. Their name can simply be selected as the teacher when students are enrolled in courses. Super teachers and teachers monitor students based on the permissions they've been given by the admins of your site. We'll come back to this field in just a moment. The teacher and campus ID fields are not required in most cases, but they are useful for sorting if you choose to include them. Later in this tutorial, you'll learn how the campus ID can be used with super teachers. You'll notice that the remainder of the form is partially complete. The permissions in place here have been applied based on the school settings that were established by your Ignitia site administrator. Anything marked as disabled has been turned off at the global level. For more information about those settings, please view the Setting User Permissions tutorial on Ignitia's support site at aopschools.com. Let's now revisit the Teacher Admin field. When you select Admin, the permissions from the School Settings page are listed at the bottom of the form. Again, any permissions that were left unchecked on the School Settings page will automatically show as disabled. Anything that was checked, though, will automatically be turned on for all users, but you can turn off a permission for an individual user by simply unchecking the box next to the permission. You can also set a role to super teacher or teacher. Their main job is to monitor student progress in the program. The primary difference between super teachers and teachers is who they can view within the program. Super teachers will see every student who's enrolled on the site, while teachers only see the students they monitor as the teacher of record in a course. When assigning the role of super teacher, you have the option to activate Restrict to Campus. Activating the Restrict to Campus option ensures that super teachers will only see the students on their campus rather than seeing students that are not part of the campus that you restrict them to. If you choose to activate Restrict to Campus, the campus ID field that was mentioned earlier is required. You'll then place a checkmark in the Restrict to Campus box and select a campus ID for the super teacher. That super teacher will then only see the students who have the same campus ID. For more information about campus IDs, please view the Using Campus IDs tutorial on Ignitia's support site at aopschools.com. The remainder of the form will show the same options for both super teachers and teachers. Some of these permissions have been carried over from the School Settings page. You'll see a check mark in the box next to each permission that was activated as a school setting, while anything that was not activated as a default permission will show as disabled here. If you'd like more information about each default permission, please view the Setting User Permissions tutorial on Ignitia's support site at aopschools.com. There are also a few additional permissions that were not established on the school settings page. These permissions can be activated on a user-by-user basis. Student maintenance allows this user to make changes to student profiles. This may include changing thresholds, passwords, and student permissions. The Add Students permission allows this user to create Ignitia profiles for students. To avoid duplicate student profiles, you may want to consider limiting this permission to super teachers only. The reason for this is that teachers can only see their own students on the list in the Students tab and therefore may not know if a student already has a profile created by another Ignitia educator. The Add Parent permission allows this user to create parent profiles. Without this permission, the user will not see the Parents tab on the navigation bar. Assign Courses allows this user to enroll students into courses. Edit Courses allows the user to create Ignitia course content and create his or her own custom courses and teacher-authored assignments. Be sure to review each of the remaining default permissions and deactivate any that are not needed by unchecking the box next to that permission. After you have completed the form, click the Save button at the bottom of the page. Once a profile is created, it will be listed here on the Teacher Admin page. You can use the column headers and Smart Search fields to sort and filter the list. If there's ever a time that you do not want an admin, super teacher, or teacher to have access to the program, you can check the box next to the user's name and then click the Disable Login button found at the top of the list. When that user is ready to log in again, check the box next to his or her name and then click the Enable Login button. If you need to edit a profile, click the Edit link under the Controls column next to the user's name. This form allows you to change any of the information from when the profile was created. Lastly, you'll notice an Enrollments link under the Controls column next to each user. This will take you to the course enrollment page and show you all of the students in courses that this teacher monitors. If you have further questions or would like more information, please contact technical support at 800-735-4193 and select option 1. Thank you for viewing this Ignitia tutorial.